I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Great. And so then tell me, I know you do the Weekend Warrior Bootcamp Fitness Adventures, right?
Yes, that's right. It is a 4-hour thing. We so far we've done it in Griffith Park and in the Pan Pacific Park. It is designed for all fitness levels, no matter where you are right now. If you're just starting out or if you have been an athlete your whole life, it will challenge you. We use a natural terrain of the park, and we also use a lot of resistance bands, which are a great tool. They're easy to carry, and if you know how to use them, you can hit every body part, and we do.
So do you do a lot of kind of the workout stuff that we did today? Is that some of the exercises that you...
We do a lot of stuff that involves just your body and the natural terrain of the park and plyometrics. Just a little side note on the last Weekend Warrior, there were 2 girls there that had heart monitors and calorie counters, and in 4 hours they used up 1,200 calories.
1,200?
Yeah, between 1,100 and 1,200. So that is a large hit for 4 hours, and the endorphins get going. It's a good time. We make friendships. And you also get to be outside for 4 hours, which in LA is such a enclosed inside culture, from your car to work, to your car again, back to your house. So it's nice to be outside and enjoy, the beautiful place that we live in.
And so do you find that it's mostly people, Angelinos, that come to your class, or do you have people that come from out of town?
Well, mostly it is Angelinos, but I have had a couple of people that are in business or pleasure here in LA, and they have, by some way or another, come upon the website and have signed up for a class. So I have had people here from outside of town.
So they take their vacation to the next level, and instead of being a lazy vacationer, they do a Weekend Warrior adventure workout and see the city that way?
Yeah.
See the city through workout?
Definitely, especially in Griffith Park. It is such an amazing park. Most people don't know this, but it is the largest city park in the United States.
Bigger than Central Park?
Oh, way bigger. Central Park is 800 acres. Griffith Park is 4,800, so it's considerably larger. And just the views that you can get from there sometimes are amazing.
So do you take, so I know you were saying that you do it around Hollywood, Santa Monica, Griffith Park. Do you do a different kind of trail each time?
Oh yeah, it always varies. It always varies, especially having such a large terrain to work with. I'm always coming up with something different. I have been doing something different from the Weekend Warrior, but related in a way as well, which is Morning Crunch. I've been doing that for 5 years. So I know the park really well, and I have an array of trails and workouts to integrate. So it's going to be a very long time before I have to cycle through them all. So there's plenty of new things to come.
And so how many people do you have come out to your events? And do you, I know you said no child left behind, but do people get to take breaks in case they're a beginner?
Yeah.
I mean, can a beginner join this Weekend Warrior program and make it through all 4 hours, even if they've never worked out a day before in their life? Can they do it?
Yes. On the first question, it's averaged between 12 and 15 people per class, so a considerably tight group where I have plenty of time and room to pay individual attention to everyone. And on the second one, yes, it is designed for all fitness levels. You take this at your own pace. So an example of the way it would run is I would, at the beginning of the day, set out a route in my mind, and we would head out to point A. And so the people that are ahead, I would tell them where we are going, and they would go there, and I would recommend to them certain exercises while they wait for the rest of the group. And I'm always the last one. So I make sure that everyone is ahead of me, and it's at your own pace. You take You take a breather, you drink some water, you feel good, and then you continue. And then on the breaks, 4 hours, yes, there's definitely a couple of breaks during the 4 hours. We take a couple of 5-minute breaks depending on what we're doing and the climate of that specific day. If it's too hot, we take more breaks, etc., etc. And we have a designated 10 to 15 minute snack break where around the 2-hour mark, you break out.
Needed, huh? 4 hours?
Definitely, you have a fruit, you drink some water, you have a power bar, whatever suits you, and then we continue on.
So now, do you find that like around hour 2 or 3, people are like, "Oh no," or are they totally pumped?
No.
Totally
That's when they're winding up. Yeah.
So they're getting their second wind or something?
Yeah, and they're feeling good, and by that time they've bonded, they've made friends, they're a little bit more relaxed, they're cracking jokes, we're having a good time, we're laughing. And I don't like to take things too serious. I'm not there screaming or yelling or putting you down in any type of way. It's completely different. The way my persona is, I'm always uplifting and encouraging, and I just like to be cracking jokes and laughing as much as possible. So that's how it runs.
So like if we're out there, if we're going 2 hours and I'm pushing it really hard for 2 hours, and then you have a set of exercises that I don't feel like doing, if my arms need like a 15-minute break, I can stop and just sit out from the class for 15 minutes and rejoin you guys?
Well,
kinda?
Sitting out for 15 minutes is a long time. You can
5 minutes?
you can take a break. You can definitely take a break whenever needed, of course, but I do recommend, let's say if it's your arms that are hurting, well then I recommend maybe that you just go for a little walk, and you move your arms around, so until you keep the body moving, and that way it helps you recoup better. Whenever you're exercising and you feel fatigue, faintness, you should not stop and you should not look down. Those two things are myths. They're wrong, they're bad. The body doesn't work like that. If you ever feel fainty or fatigued to the point where you can't recoup it in the exercise that you're doing, you keep your eyes on the horizon, you keep breathing deep, and you keep walking. Slow pace, and that will put your heart rate back into place. Because what happens at that time is that your heart